Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to PPS Lab Sessions. Till now, we have done a number of programs, and in last lab session, we completed programs related to functions and recursions, right? So, in a previous lab, we have gone through these programs, which is related to maybe function, returning some values, or recursive solutions, finding factorial, and so on, right? Today, what we want to do is we want to go for programs related to structures. So we have already started structure yesterday in a lecture session. So we have gone through basics of structures, how we can define structure, having some members inside a structure, then accessing those members to do any task and so on. So what we'll do is we'll have some of these structure related programs today. So 49th program says write a program to read structure elements, which is nothing but structure members, from keyboard. So it is very simple. You just define one structure, any structure that you think of. आपको जो structure define करना है आप कर सकते हो. Just that you have to take values from user using keyboard, store those values and print it. Now, similar kind of way, there are total 3 programs. 49th program is a single structure variable. Then just one step ahead, 50th program is again a structure where you have to take those values and print it. But here you are going to have 5 different people and you are going to store those data. So at this place, you are going to define a structure, and that structure is going to contain person name, date of joining, and a salary. 3 structure members. Okay. So in 50th program, you are going to define 3 structure members having one structure, and then you need to have 5 different variables, or you need to have an array of 5 elements of a structure. Now, array with structure we have also seen today. So this one is the second program where again you'll define a structure and take values for these members and print it. The only difference from 49th and 50th program is 49th program requires a single variable, single structure element, single structure variable, and 50th program does require an array. So if you just look into the example that we have seen in lecture session, you can say this book structure and a book variable B1 is your 49th program, where instead of initializing these values, you have to take those values using scanf. Okay, so you have to take those values using printf and scanf, and then you print it. That is 49th program. 50th program says that it is something like you define a structure for person, like book advance, and then take an array of 5 elements. Just like this, we have B2 of 3 elements. We are going to have a variable for person, and that variable will be actually the array. And then the same way, using loop, we are going to take those values and again a loop, print those values. So what should be the members of that structure? Members are already given to you. In this 50th program, you are going to define a structure of personnel, and that structure is going to have 3 members: name, date of joining, and salary. Name is going to be character array. Okay. Date of joining. Now here, if you want, you can have a nested structure, and for date you can have date, month, and year. Okay, if you want, you can go for nested structure. If you're not going for nested structure, then date, you have to identify the format. You cannot have hyphen or slash in integer and float. So अगर आपको slash या hyphen साइन चाहिए तो आपको डेट भी स्ट्रिंग लेनी होगी, अदरवाइज आप इंटीजर ले सकते हो, or maybe you can go for float with 0 decimal point, okay, where you can only have digits of date, month and year. And then salary is obviously going to be generally we take salary kind of components in float values, okay, although we do not have any component of paisa in salary, but still we have float for the salary. So these are the three members which you define in a structure personal, and then you are going to declare a variable of array, 5 elements, take those data, print those data. Now similar kind of program, we do have one more program, 53rd program. So what it says, design a structure student record. Okay, so student record is a structure which contains name, branch and total marks. So name is a string, branch is also a string, and total marks are going to be float. So again, 3 members. Then it says develop a program to read data for 10 students. So again, 10 student के लिए आपको ये data लेना है, तो फिर से 10 element का एक array लेना पड़ेगा of structure, right? 10 students in a class, and then print them. So ये 10 student का data भी आप get करोगे और print करोगे. So 53rd program is much similar to the 51 program. No, not 51, it's 50th program. So we have personal structure, we have student record structure. We have name, date of joining and salary member. Here we have name, branch and total marks member. Then for 5 people, here we have 10 students. You print the data and you print the data. So 50th program and 53rd program are much going to be similar. At present, what you are going to do is you are going to do all these programs, 49th, 50th and 53rd program as it is. In the next lab, with one more program, what we'll do is we'll make some changes in 53rd program and we'll create a function. Later on, we will create a function to get some data and print some data. But आज के लिए जैसे आप 50th program बनाओगे, in the same way आप 53rd program भी बना दोगे without functions. Yeah. So that is 53rd program, and 51st program is also we want to cover today. It says define a structure data type called time underscore struct. तो ये हो गया आपका structure का नाम, which contains 3 members, और वो कौन से member है? Hour, minute and second. So these 3 members you have to define inside your structure. तो वो आपको define करना है. Then it says develop a program that would assign values to the individual number. मतलब second, minute और hour के लिए आपको कुछ value assign करनी है. And then you need to display the time in the following format, and simple format: hours, minutes and seconds. So we have seen this structure or this kind of example. Look, earlier when I print author, first name, last name and age, I have followed a common structure: first name space, last name space, into the bracket age. एक लाइन में मैंने इस तरह से प्रिंट किया था आज लेक्चर में. Something like that you have to do here. आप hours, minutes and seconds प्रिंट करोगे तब बीच में ये कॉलन ऐड कर दोगे in the printf structure. That's it, right? So very much simple. एक structure बनाओ, 3 members लो, उसमें कुछ value assign करो, और उसको इस फॉर्मेट में प्रिंट करो. That's it. So these are the 4 programs we have to cover: 49, 50, 51, and 53. 52nd program we will cover in the next lab. We are not going for it today. It's somewhat complex, so we'll discuss it later in the next lab. आज के लिए 4 program. और आज मैं एक भी program नहीं बनाऊंगा because just today itself I have given you this example. A normal structure or a structure having nested structure, then how we can initialize, how we can have array of structure, how we can get some data from user and print some data, right? So that's all I wanted to discuss right now. So if you have any kind of query, you may ask, or else just post your enrollment numbers in the chat box so that your attendance will be recorded here. And we'll have few minutes here for query discussion. After that, I'm going to stop this recording. So post your enrollment numbers and also post your queries if you have any kind of question. Or else you may start writing your programs, performing your practicals one by one. 49, 50, 51, 53. 4 program आपको आज बनाने हैं. Still, some of you have not posted your numbers. Just do it quickly. Also, you may ask any question if you want, or else you may start performing your programs. One last call for attendance. Otherwise, I'm going to consider those students as absent. It seems that you have just joined the meeting and you are not physically present here. So at least you have to respond. Hariom Kumar and Rahul Kumar, you two have not posted. Well, today's lecture recording is uploaded and it's ready. So if you have any kind of reference you want, you can also see that recording, lecture recording. You'll find link in your student login. So that is also uploaded. You can refer that recording also. Yeah, finally, I'm going to stop this recording now. And you still you go and continue your programs, practicals, complete 4 programs by end of this lab. Also write those programs very soon. Maybe you are going to upload it in the Google Classroom. One more thing, do not miss any of the deadlines, okay? Do check your classroom, Google Classroom, and upload your programs within the time period. Yeah, thank you. Continue your work. I'm still here. If you have any problem, we can discuss. We'll resolve the problems. Fine?